this video we're going to look at the Orc and Goblin river trolls. So this is the plastic river trolls, and this is how I painted them up, and just show you the steps I took to get there. So I kind of took a bit of a diversion and couldn't make up my mind originally, so I spray painted them black, then spray painted them green, and then gave them a coat of Narlock green. So Narlock green is the starting color here, although I took a bit of a roundabout way to get there. And the colors I'm going to be using here are Narlock green and this forest green, sort of a triad. For the scales, I'm going to be using this marine teal triad and building that up towards the edges. For the fins and that sort of thing, I'm using that chestnut brown, rust brown sort of triad, and some other areas using this muddy olive triad. Okay, for the bone areas, I'm going to be using this aged bone, and the stone is just this triad here. So I just put the base coat on, give it a wash, and then build up towards the highlights. And the wood there is scorched brown. Okay, so after the base coat, gave everything a watered down black wash, and I'm just going to build the highlights up from there. So yeah, building everything up. So that's this forest green triad. That moss green triad was actually these hairs. I forgot to mention that before. And slowly building everything up towards the edges. These pieces here of the seaweed or vines or whatever they are, that's that leaf green triad, and building these up here towards the edges. So that's the base coat in the bottom, and then building the main surface area and the marine teal, and the edges are just the surf aqua. And you can see that they're just sort of building just the sharp edges and the highest highlight. Any of the wood areas there are just getting built up with those GW browns, and you can see there that snakebite leather is on that wood, and building up the bone and the stone there, trying to accentuate the sharp edges on it. And so for the tongue here, I've got this indigo sky purpley triad just for a bit of contrast. And of course for the vomit spewing out, I'm using a bit of vomit brown, highlighted with a bit of golden blonde, using some Devlin mud in the cracks to get the contrast a bit more, and this leather white will just be for these fish bones. So you can see as I build it up there, and there's the finished sort of look. For this fish that he's holding here, I'm using Mordium blue as the base. I use some sparkling blue, but you could use GW chainmail and then a little Assurum blue wash. And for the bases here, a little bit of tufts from Army Builder, some static grass and sand, and Bob's your uncle, you're all done. So these guys are a lot of fun to paint up. Lots of really cool character to the models, and will look great on the tabletop. I think I need another 3 of them though to make them effective. They're pretty expensive point wise, and 3 of them isn't quite as strong as I'd like. So yeah, I kind of rushed through assembling them, and I should have filled in some of those gaps that you can see there, but that's tabletop, you won't see that. Otherwise, really great models, lots of fun to paint up, and one of my favorites in the Orc and Goblin army. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Check back again next time. See my channel, and please feel free to leave comments. See you next time.